Boys, welcome back. So,
What's up?
let's get straight to it. It seems it is very bullish sentiment right now. This is one headline that you should be paying particular attention to. It's not empty words. Bitcoin whales return to buying for the first time since August as price recovers above 90K. We have dug in, we've done our research. We have seen on-chain data and money rotation-wise, this is true. Okay, big money is starting to come in, and as we have spoken at the start of this week, we're going to pump. But two questions hanging over our head: how far are we going to pump? And if we're going to see a dump this week, how far will that dump be? So we're gonna cover that all in this video. Welcome, guys. Okay.
What's up, everyone?
What's up? So we got Martin here. I know some of you guys miss Martin.
Yeah, I just came back from soft retirement.
Soft retirement.
Yeah, soft retirement. And then I realized I lost way too much money, so I'm back working again.
Okay. All right. Get back to work, I guess.
Back to work.
Okay, first and foremost, let's dive into this article. Large holders return to buying after months of distribution, signaling renewed confidence at key support levels. Whales holding more than 10,000 Bitcoin have become strong accumulators with a trend score of 0.8, while multiple cohorts ranging from retail to mid-size holders are also buying the dip. But this is what you want to pay attention to. The growing accumulation aligns with the $82,000 cost basis of US spot Bitcoin ETFs, suggesting the market views the 80K region as a fair value. Now, this is true especially if you compare this with on-chain, because this cost basis is just from the ETF side. But what about on the on-chain side? Michael said, why BTC will never drop to 10K, 20K, or 50K ever again is because if you price every UTXO, which are the mini Bitcoin transactions, based on when it last moved, 70% of all wealth that has ever been invested in Bitcoin so far has a cost basis above $85,000. Okay, meaning much of the transactions are done above when Bitcoin is at $85,000 and above, meaning this is Bitcoin's new home. And we've seen that last week when BTC dipped to as low as 80K. When the alerts popped up, I got worried, right? I'm very honest with you, I'm very worried, but within an hour, you saw that V-shaped recovery back towards 83K, and then it ranged there for a while and gradually it started climbing up, right? So, what does it mean by UTXO? The 70% of all wealth invested in Bitcoin has a cost basis above 85K. So we know that spot ETF, 82K spot, or 82K cost basis for US Bitcoin ETFs, but on-chain, that's 85K. So if you look at this chart, you just have to pay attention where the lines spike. You can see noticeable spike at 84K, at 83K, around these regions, around 85K, even a big one at 112K. Okay, this means that when there are high bars together in a price range, it usually indicates a support zone for that price, since a good amount of Bitcoin was purchased at those price. A lot of Bitcoin has been purchased around 85K and 112K. Okay, before that, long before, like last year, it's not even that noticeable compared to when BTC was at 85K and 112K. And if you see the supplies in profit and losses, it's also reflecting the same ranges, around 85K and also around 112K. So far, with Bitcoin's price currently at 91,261, all of these supplies are in profit, okay? While the ones that have still done a major bulk of purchases above 95K are still in a loss. You think, are they going to capitulate? Well, that depends on the context. Who are they? Okay, are they Wall Street or are they crypto native people?
I think there's big news about someone holding 11,000 Bitcoin, right? That person has been accumulating a lot. I saw that.
Yeah.
And a bunch of others.
Diamond hand.
Diamond handing.
Diamond handing. Right. As we've said for the past 3 weeks, it's just one simple story in the Bitcoin when it comes to Bitcoin's price. And this story is a war between Wall Street okay, and Michael Saylor and the people that are like Michael Saylor, okay, they both are very, very rich, but they have very different philosophy. Wall Street doesn't care about Bitcoin's price. They don't need Bitcoin to go to all-time high. We do, okay, because our altcoins depend on it, all right? Then the other half is Michael Saylor and all of the other people that are just gonna hodl for decades because they believe Bitcoin will hit $1 million, $10 million, which is not irrational, right? Because as long as they print more fiat, Bitcoin has no top, okay? So, rest assured, we find really strong support between 80 to 85K. Even the charts have shown us that. Right now, we're gradually climbing up. Now, straight to business in terms of price action, where do we see our target for BTC for the pump? I'm very confident, almost with a certainty that we'll correct 50% of the previous 4 weeks price action. From the swing high of 116K down towards 80K, you draw a 50% FIV of that, right? From the swing low to swing high, that gives a 50% correction towards 96K and 100K.
Okay.
Price will correct here eventually. You look back, okay? You can backtest this yourself. Every time there's an impulsive move, 50% of that gets corrected. Here, see? Look at that shit, dude. All right. Now, the question is, what happens if price comes towards 96K and 100K? 3 scenarios. Number 1, we reject. We range below 96K, somewhere down here, which is very similar to what happened here in 2022. But this was in the bear market. Remind you, this is still bull market, okay? Number 2, which is the more realistic version, is if price comes back towards 96 to 100K, we want to see it range, okay? More often than not, the market ranges more than it trends. If it ranges, that's what you want to see because that's where the market finds balance. And that's the most realistic scenario that we can see. And this is the healthiest scenario that we can see, okay, for market participants to agree where Bitcoin's fair value is upon reaching that area. I'd say this is a pretty fair area, okay? And the number 3 scenario, which is what I really hope for.
All-time high.
It's all-time high immediately. Okay, I think I saw one comment talking about that. Let me see.
Scenario number 3 is
this, okay? Where you just like one big green candle towards new all-time high 135K.
Yeah, most likely just a steady growth there, but not one big fat candle.
Yeah. All right, this is scenario number 3. We're not ruling out the impossibility. That can happen, but it's not likely. Okay, so go for scenario number 2. That's what we're really hoping to see. Scenario number 1, where it gets rejected, is also likely, but let's see how it goes because moving into December is a bit tricky. You have quantitative tightening ending, but it doesn't mean quantitative easing is coming in. So liquidity is still not in the market supply yet. However, December also at the same time is relatively a quiet season. Everyone's going on holidays. All right, don't look at the charts. Go spend time with your family and friends. All right, come back in New Year and let's all figure this shit out together. All right. But in the meantime, if you're gonna be trading, depends on your strategy. For me personally, I just scalp in the next 10, 20, 30-minute moves when it's range-bound conditions.
And so what was scenario number 2 again? I forgot.
Price comes towards here. Correct 50% of this, then range.
Just range, okay.
Just range. That's what we want to see. Or even occasional bounce and then range. This is fine. But acceptance above 93K is what we really want to see because this is also the yearly open, okay? See here, this red line, yearly open, 93,534 for BTC USDT on Binance. If we reclaim 93K before the year ends, then holy crap, it's gonna be so much more confident for investors to look at the chart and say, oh, okay, all right, so this seems pretty cheap, okay, and then they're gonna ape in. That's what we want to see. All right, so very plain and simple. That's pretty much it. Nothing big happened yesterday because yesterday was Thanksgiving Day in America, so there were no news yesterday. Let's see. Yep, no news yesterday. November 27th.
No high impact news, right?
No high impact news. Tonight as well, there's no high impact news apart from Canada releasing their GDP monthly on monthly. Forecast is 0.2%. Positive figure would be good, meaning their economy would be expanding. Investors could take on more risk, but then there's also the issue of inflation being sticky and interest rates also high. Canada's central bank rates is at 2.25%, considerably lower than USD, but of course, the weight of their borrowing cost to invest in risk-on assets is not as high as US. Okay, unless maybe they're, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. The next big news you'll need to pay attention to will be December 1st, ISM Manufacturing PMI. This will be the labor market data, and if it contracts, and this is based off of new data, all right, if it contracts because the previous data is showing that it has been slightly expanding, which doesn't warrant for a rate cut. But if we see on December 1st, ISM Manufacturing PMI shows that the numbers are contracting, that could warrant for a rate cut, okay? And speaking of rate cut right now, the odds for a rate cut in the next FOMC meeting, odds are pretty high still, 84.7%, okay? Yo, Delirium! Go Asian Buffet. Man, you're making me hungry, dude. I actually want some Hai Di Lao.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. Boys, if you want to trade, consider trading on Aster. This is such a good platform to trade. Honestly, the airdrops have been really rewarding.
Yeah, go ahead, short Monad.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
We still have half in Monad. You don't really want to short it. All right, so Aster, man, their airdrops have been beating my expectation. I honestly thought it was not going to be good for season 3, but Martin himself here already earned 5 million points just from trading Aster and BTC. And as we've known in the previous times, Aster have been very, very generous when it comes to airdrop allocation.
Yep.
Remember, season 2 airdrop, that was the most saturated airdrop period. Yet they doubled the allo for everyone who participated in the season 2 airdrop. And currently they're at the stage 3 airdrop. Stage 4 airdrop. Harvest. This is where Perpetual's volume also plays a big role. So if you want to farm the season 4 airdrop, the stage 4 airdrop for Aster, use our referral link. It's down in the description below.
Yep, best time to start trading and learn the game. And you get what I call, in my mind, I just think of it as cashback rewards.
Yes, sir.
Airdrops, baby.
Yep.
That's it.
And for the other side, if you really don't want to use your personal funds, you can consider trading on a prop firm. Okay, basically you buy an account for cheap, and then if you pass the evaluation for that account, you can receive reward split from your weekly trades. Okay, so consider using Box 15 or Box 25. Code is also down in the description below if you want to trade on a crypto prop firm. And honestly, this is a much more it's a much better option for beginner traders, especially. That way you don't blow out your personal account. You're only testing the water with just a bit of money, using a demo account by just paying a little bit of money. So client funding, absolute game changer. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for today's. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be covering more news. And apart from this current time, we'll also be live streaming high impact news during US time. So the next one will be 3 p.m. UTC, December 1st, ISM Manufacturing PMI. So I'll also be going live for that event to see how the charts will be reacting, and also will the numbers, the odds for rate cut increase, decrease. We'll see. All right, boys, take good care of yourselves. Caxer, hello. GM. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. My name is Ron.
Martin.
Shanana.
Peace.